and Mark Adams bringing you the action here tonight from Frank Shaw Field. It's feeling like a little fall football weather starting to creep in here as we get into the back half of the season. A slight chill in the air, Mr. Trentone. Starts to feel like that time of year as we get ready for these big-time games. Have a district contest out here tonight between the North Florida Christian Eagles coming in at 2-6 against the Maclay Marauders coming in at 4-2. District already been locked up here by St. John Paul II, Trent, but of course these boys are playing for the old at-large bid, trying to sneak into the playoffs.
Absolutely, and this is the battle for Meridian Road tonight. It's not just a rivalry game. These kids grew up very close to each other. This is really going to be important.
And we'll take a pause for the national anthem. And there you go, of course, national anthem. So sorry for the abrupt pause, but got to give way for the natty, right, Trentone?
Absolutely, Juke.
Let's get it going here tonight. Of course, unfortunately, tough to say, we got missing a couple of our Marauders here tonight. So shout out to Keller Bridges and Baby Potter, who will not be able to give it a go tonight. So big love to them. But let's go down the Maclay Marauder lineup here as we get ready to get going for this District 1 1A competition. 0, Abram Wildrick. Number 1, Blake Wilson. Number 2, Blake Brannon. Number 3, wide receiver, quarterback, free safety, whatever you want him to do, but primarily the signal caller here. Number 3, George Grant. Of course, on defense, number 4, Rollins Miller. Number 6, Davis Malone. 7, Nash Bashirs. Number 9, Jace Rice. Number 10, Bo Bashirs. Number 11, Andrew Lunch. Number 12, Hunter Smith. Number 14, Henry Richardson. Number 15, Caden Harrell. Number 17, Sean Van Tassel. Number 18, Colson Miller. Number 19, Hunter Shaheen, Number 20, Jediah Stewart. Number 21, Hugh Thomas. Number 22, Zeke Podgorski. Number 23, Wyatt Long, the kicker. Number 24, Johnny Football Papuchis. Number 27, Tucker Popple. Number 32, Drew Lamandola. Number 33, Dave Brown. Number 34, Austin Van Lanningham. Number 40, Holt Antohi. Number 59, Kareem Daywood. Number 42, Will Thompson. Number 44, Ford Brown. Number 50, Adam Bailey. Number 51, Andrew Berenson. Number 54, Nikki Fiore. Number 55, Ryder Marks. Number 56, Justin Murphy. Number 57, Will James. Number 58, Manny Ariso. Number 62, Logan Ingalls. Number 64, Matthew Grosh. Number 65, Nick Streety. Number 72, Keaton Beach. And then, of course, we have a couple changes of the uniforms, so you may see something a little different. But shout out to the 7 more Marauders. We got a give some love to number 25, Grayson Stevens, number 26, Cole Van Lanningham, number 30, Adam Bailey, number 42, Will Thompson, number 53, Will James, and number 60, Daniel Jorgland. Getting it going here tonight, just under a minute to go. Trent, like we said, district contest, but both these teams looking for an at-large bid to the playoffs after St. John Paul II, after their victory over both of these teams in the span of 4 days, clinched up the district. But playoffs started today. Maclay sitting pretty at the 3 seed and would host if the playoffs started today, so they're in a good position. Of course, best way to help the points, Trent.
Get that big dub. Absolutely, Jupe. And you know they'll be looking to do that tonight. Get that big dub. And obviously they've had a very successful season thus far. They want to hold on to that home playoff game that they could potentially host. So we'll see. They're about to swag and surf.
Absolutely. And, of course, just a little that extra sauce on the sandwich here, Trent. Rivalry game, a north side throwdown. These two campuses 2.6 miles apart here, the battle for Meridian Road. Of course, the third closest campuses here between two schools here of the tally 10. That'll be our trivia question here later on. The two schools that are closer than these two are today. It would take you about 56 minutes if you walked campus to campus.
Which, as we know, is quite the short driving distance. Luckily, we don't have to walk places anymore.
And it looks like the Marauders are going to get it going here first. Of course, Marauders going to be in that Carolina blue tops today, rocking the white pants. We saw all light blue last week against DRS, and that was pretty good. They dropped a little 70 burger with the all baby blues, the Carolina blues, so we'll see if the white pants change anything. I'm sure we'll see some grass stains here tonight on both sides, as NFC going with the white tops, traditional black helmets, and the red pants here. NFC and Maclay Marauders, long-time rivalry, but lately it's been all Eagles. They've won 7 of the last 8 matchups between these two squads. You got to go back to 2019 to the last time Maclay got the dub. It was a close one, 23-21. But we'll see what Wyatt Long and the rest of the gang in light blue have to say about that tonight. Little squib gets to about the 35, wrapped up and dropped. Good little secure there. Tucker Popple, the stellar sophomore, makes the drop, and NFC going to take over on offense. Trigger man here for NFC is going to be Tommy Coyne. He's going to be number 15. And watch out for the dangerous scat back, number 7, Arias Burt. He's been on an absolute tear here. Last 3 games, combined 7 touchdowns. He's going to start off to sidecar right of Coyne for the ball game. Motion over here to the left of Coyne, 3 wide receiver look. Motion coming in as the H-back goes left as well. Swing on out to Burt coming near side. A little bit of a crease, head down, just shy of the 35. It's about a 5-yard gain here to start things off for NFC.
Yeah, we figured they'd go to Burke early in offense so far tonight, and obviously showing his elusiveness very early on in the game. Definitely that workhorse back. We'll see if he can get involved in the receiving game later on.
There you go. In no rush for that slow developing play here, but got the blockers out in position, able to cut up field. Coyne looking over to the sideline here for some instruction with Coach Nichols. Slow motion, little switch over the back. It's going to be Nick Jerry, another sophomore here for this NFC squad, number 11. Can be right down Main Street. Coyne, no doubt about it. QB draw here. A solid 3, heavy 3 pick up there, maybe a light 4.
3rd and short, exactly what you want here early in the game. We see Burke coming out wide.
They'll flex him out. He'll play little slot action. They'll put him back in the backfield. He's your big dog. He's your star, and they're going to try to get him the ball as much as possible. So look for number 7 to get touches for days out here tonight if NFC's having their way. Shotgun look, 3rd and short. Coyne wants to go right down the middle. Gets the surge over midfield. Looks like he's going to have enough here to move the chains. As the Eagles nose of the football into enemy territory. Big trust in the boys up front here tonight, Trent.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see how long they keep it on the ground, if Maclay is able to force them to the air. Maybe a little less comfortable, but looking very confident running the ball early tonight, Jupe.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Especially right in the middle behind big Jace Bodner, number 70. Center out here, a little stoppage. And looks like an NFC time out. Wants to get things organized here. But it looks like the emphasis is going to be with the big boys. 55, 58, 59, 70, 73. A lot of upperclassmen, so you don't see many upperclassmen here on this NFC team, but a big concentration on the line, which typically bodes well here for teams in the Big Bend, Trent.
And, I mean, that's going to be the key to NFC tonight. If they are able to have a long, grueling game here against Maclay, if they're able to stay in it late, you know, they're going to have to run the ball consistently, and it's going to have to be up the middle. You know, obviously you can bounce it outside, but you've got to establish that run up the gut. And, I mean, that's predominantly what they've done here very early, other than that first play to Burt.
Absolutely. So as we get ready to rock out of the timeout, good crowd from NFC. As you would expect here in a rivalry game, and like we said, campus is less than 3 miles away. In this District 1 1A contest. So go with the 4 wide receiver look. Once again, Jerry's going to be the H-back, Coyne out of the gun. First down and 10. Knows the football on midfield. Maclay only bringing their 3. Gonna get home, surging through defensively. And the 5'10 junior, Abram Wildrick. And that's a power move right there, Trent. Nothing fancy, just run your man down. Gets after the quarterback, and he's dropped for about a 7-yard loss. Big play there from the Clay defense.
Yeah, absolutely. Force a 2nd and long here early. Needing that big stop, get back some of those yards they just gave up on the first few plays.
And this is going to be for NFC. I think the style of play with them as a run-first team. I know Coyne can sling it a little bit, but they love to run, so they want to stay on schedule with the offense. Swing on out here near side, nice seal. Burt puts a foot in the ground, gets back to the original line of scrimmage, but penalty marker. Little conference over here right at midfield. I mean, so this could really be, typically it's either holding or face mask, because they're usually the two frequent flyers here. And it's going to be a face mask on the defense. So mark it off from the spot of the infraction, which evidently occurred just before midfield. So it's going to set up a very manageable, should be 3rd here for the North Florida Christian Eagles, who, though coming in at 2-6 on the season, have really started getting it together here these last 3 games. Good showing against Jefferson County. We're able to take down DRS. And, of course, a tough Monday contest against St. John Paul II. So Mac protect look here. First time we've seen this. Burt sidecar right, Jerry sidecar left of Coyne. 3 wide receivers, just keep the 5 linemen. Clay showing pressure. They're going to bring 4. Swung on out to the left-hand side. It is caught at the 35-yard line. And that is the senior Jack Gorham on the reception. But Maclay going after him a little bit here, showing some early pressure. Adam Bailey, the freshman, coming on the heat.
Tommy Coyne throwing into the blitz.
Absolutely. Of course, shout out to Jediah Stewart, making the start tonight, number 20. Like we said, no B.B. Potter here, so you see the number 20 in the middle of formation. Stewart, who we've seen rotationally, plays some good ball here. Tailback, middle linebacker, does a little bit of everything. Coin goes the right side behind the big offensive lineman over there, Gustafsson. And a sizable gain here for Tommy Coin.
Yeah, we saw Stewart get into the end zone a couple weeks ago back against DRS. That was a fun occurrence.
He was part of the touchdown parade.
Yeah, I feel like everyone got one that night.
Was it 9 different players, right?
Something like that. Maybe even, it could have been 10.
9 players, 10 scores.
Somebody had 2.
That was a good stat pattern game, no doubt. Jerry once again backfield, splits that 4-wide look. Maclay with 3 hands in the dirt. Once again, going right down the middle. Coin's able to push through here and get towards the 20-yard line, enough for the first down. As NFC going full intent, a little downhill fight here to start things off. And of course, Maclay, a couple injuries like we talked about. This is the time of year that you really kind of test your depth. To kind of fill it in. Are you healthy? Are your ballers healthy? Ultimately, a large showcase of how you go through to the playoffs. Hand off to Burt. He's going to go left side foot in the dirt through the B gap. Nice little rush there for the sophomore sensation here for NFC. And he, if you don't know, is a budding star in the area. He's going to be a big deal for years to come. So Maclay defense backed up here. Is NFC having a pretty impressive drive to start things off?
Yeah, not something we've really seen Maclay at home this year. Give up a lot of ground on that first possession. They've usually been pretty stout, so backs against the wall here.
But deep down here, you do get the extra safety with the back line here. Nobody's going deep on you. It's a rush in traffic for Burt. Though I don't think NFC really wants to pass unless Maclay makes them do it. I think only 1 attempt here tonight so far.
Yeah, and I mean, why would they? The ground game's certainly been working for them.
Three wide receiver look as NFC falls back into the max protect. Clay got some antsy feet. Makes the first man miss. This one stretched out. Good tackle in space, though. Swung that out there. In position's Chase Wright. Chase Wright also making the start here at DB. Like we said, due to the platoon, a couple injuries. So had a nice game a couple weeks ago. Did the young corner, just a sophomore, getting it going. It's going to be 3rd down and goal here for NFC, just outside the 5-yard line. 3 wide receiver look. Be a handoff here to Burt. Little hesitation. Gets north-south, and it looks like he's going to be short. Bring up 4th down. And this one's really getting in there close. My goodness.
Inside of a yard.
Yeah, maybe half a yard. Coin's going to go over to the sideline. As we get rolling here, back over to the huddle. So huge opportunity for Maclay defense. See if they can make a stand here against NFC. Strong drive to start things off. And they're going to go QB keeper. Gets jammed up and doesn't look like he has enough. Side judge coming in, and they're going to mark him short. No touchdown. Maclay's defense holds center that defense. Relentless. Abram Wildrick going to lead the charge, pushing through there. And the rest of the big boys on the line, able to come up with a start. Ryder Marks, Nicky Fiore, and the rest of the gang. Huge for Maclay.
Yeah, absolutely massive juke. Now the hard part is getting out of the half-yard line.
So coming in, that was a long drive here for NFC. Maybe not yardage-wise necessarily, starting off inside their own 40. As we get here to the Shield sponsors here from Maclay Marauder Football. Of course, couldn't do without them. The Southern Group for the table hospitality. Lloyd Roofing, roofing done right. Merrill Lynch and Mike Robinson. Mount Pleasant Lodge in the North Florida Highlands. Of course, your 2024 Shield sponsors here for the Maclay Marauders. Couldn't have the broadcast or the football season without the supporters here of the program. So shout out to the sponsors there. A little hard count. And the defense getting a little antsy. George Grant and the Maclay Marauders get 5 free ones there. That's big. Backed up into their own 1 yard line.
Yeah, great play call there to spread them out wide and get the hard count and get those valuable yards like you said.
So a little toss here to Bashirs. Goes back against the grain. Football's out. NFC comes away with it. Is a fumble. Was he down? And they're going to say football. Initial indication. Looked like they were going to rule fumble. They're going to need a conference. Of course, no instant replay yet here at the Florida High School. Oh, they say he was down. It's going to be first down and 10 here for Bashirs for the rush. George Grant sitting back, little time. NFC brings 4, going deep once Bashirs again, just beyond his diving, outstretched fingertips. Grant wanted to burn him after the play in traffic. Second down and 10. Get that ball back! Woo. Dangerous one. 4 wide receiver look, give the tailback, right down Main Street. That's Thomas with the rush. He's been coming on strong as of late as well. Couple solid games here for Thomas. Getting into the mix, so first down rush, gonna go hurry up. Hand off Thomas once again. Rips off about 5 more there. Maclay going with a little tempo here, which they do at times when they're feeling it, and I think they want to try to maximize their plays. They know that this NFC roster is not very deep. George Grant's going to be sacked on the play over on that far sideline. Preston Marks with the bring down. Grant trying to get out of trouble, so it's back towards the original line of scrimmage, bring down about 3rd and 11.
Yeah, we don't see George Grant get taken down often. That's definitely a rare occurrence, but I think they're down here for the Marauder offense.
Absolutely. They're down long. Thomas is going to be the backside car right. He's got Brannon, also Podgorski looking for the big tight end. And that one will fall incomplete. Take him to 4th down.
Decent look there. Get Grant out in space, able to find the big 6'5" tight end over the middle, just unable to hang on to it.
And he's also kind of been more of an emphasis as well. We talked about Thomas. Of course, you got your big target, and I think they've been rolling a lot of coverage to him, but they really got him going the last 2 weeks. And so Grant, they're going to go for it. Then he turns it into a rugby style. The beauty of having your quarterback also take punts. He can make it interesting here. And a nice blast to get it back to around the 22. Downs by number 22. As Zeke Podgorski, picks it up off the turf. So both teams with the ball. Both teams coming up empty on their first offensive possessions.
The old punt option from George Grant. Love to see it.
Not the option you think about with a quarterback, but absolutely.
And the beauty of a punt at that. I mean, that got all the way down inside the 20. Just outside, forgive me.
Deep. So the Eagles take over here, 22 scoreless. A couple minutes to go in the opening frame of action here on homecoming weekend. Pitch on out to Burt, coming near side. Good wrap up as he tries to go back against the grain. Shut down effectively there by Manny Rousseau, the 6-foot junior. Great job of tracking that one. Shifting out with the runner. See him go back, beat him to the gap, throw him down. back to the line of scrimmage there. So 2nd and 10 here from the 21. The ball's going to be sitting on the left hash mark here. NFC going back to their 4 wide receiver look. So it looks like they like to platoon Jerry and Burt alternatively in that slot left. Stay with the 5 linemen. Going to look over to the right. Go to the perimeter. Slung over for him. Nash Bashir's trying to go for the football here, but caught on the far side. That's the leading wide receiver for NFC, Kyle Estamond, freshman, coming in with 14.9 yards per reception.
Got just about that on that play. A little short of the... Oh, never mind. He did get the first down. Forgive me.
There you go. 31st reception on the season for Estamond. Jerry back in the backfield. Quick hit to Burt on the screen. Got a little real estate. Shakes one. Pushed out of bounds. Short of the first down there by Bo Bashirs. The sophomore safety. Wearing number 10 here tonight. So usually he is rocking the sleeves, but it looks like he's got a little more company tonight here than what he usually does. As the briskness starts to set in here, 7:48 Eastern time on Tallahassee's north side. And a lot of runs here, a lot of ground game, not a lot of incompletes or stoppages. It's here just 39 seconds, as you can see, left in quarter number 1. Quick hit to Jerry. Nice seal block on the outside, drugged down well there. On the bring down, that's the freshman Adam Bailey. He's got some good action going here in the early on, does the freshman. So first down, reset, 46-yard line here for NFC. Go with a little trips package here. First time we see the 5 wide receiver look here for NFC. Slung on out to the right. There's Estamond. And that'll fall incomplete. Coverage there from Maclay. It was going to be Nash Bashirs, Davis Malone in the area. And looks like Malone was gearing up for a big one to drop it, Trent.
Yeah, I think he was thinking about the run after catch before he caught the ball. Unfortunately, on that one, he got a lot of separation on that route. But
more of a RAC guy or a YAC guy?
That's a great question. I think it depends on the day. I'm probably a yak guy.
Gotcha.
Sounds
Max
cooler.
Protect, give to Burt. Cuts back against the grain. Good pursuit there by Arizo. He'll make the drop. Also in the mix is going to be Rollins Miller. And the junior CO combo with the drop as Maclay will take their first TO. So each team burning a timeout here tonight. So I think we've got an opportunity here from our sponsors. Of course, these are the top Marauder sponsors, the big dogs, helping fuel the fire here for the Marauders in 2024. Prime, Meridian Bay, Dermatology Associates, Mark Inglis, MD. Home instead, to us, it's person. The family of Henry Richardson. Of course, shout out number 14, sophomore, wide receiver. So, of course, once again, top Marauders, including Hangar 38. Let the good times roll. Top Marauder sponsors here for 2024. Third down and long coming here for NFC. Max Protect look. Give is to Burt. Popple. First to the seam. Jace Wright in there to clean it up. Will be short of the first down marker. Bring up an interesting decision here for NFC. Fourth down once again. Last time, not so successful here, Trent.
No, not quite. A little longer this time as well. So we'll see if they're able to come out and decide to go for that or if they punt because they are at midfield, and it is a tight ball game so far, but that takes us to the end of one.
When I drop my children off every day, they're happy to come to school. They're welcomed into loving arms. I love that Maclay preschool classrooms are small in size and that there's also 2 teachers in every classroom.
They get to do things like art and Spanish and go to science lab.
Learning is almost hidden and the children don't realize the education that they're getting each day. They're having fun through playing and hands-on experiences.
They enjoy coming to school every day, and as a parent, there's nothing more that you could ask for in a preschool for your children.
And we're back here, Frank Shaw Field, 4th down. Interesting decision here for NFC as we flip sides of the field in quarter number 2. Nose of the football in between the 48 and 49. They need to get to about the 44 and a half. And it looks like they're going to bring out the punting unit. Of course, Brody Purcell. This one gets skipped into him. Maclay coming with the pressure. Throws on out. It'll be incomplete and should be a grounding. And so a little 2-for-1 burn on Purcell there, but he was outside the pocket, so they might wave this one off. Because I think that's what the conference here with the referees going on. Very conversational referee crew here tonight.
Making sure they're on the same page.
Like a good team with some team dynamics, right? Get them all on the same page. Okay, so they are going to keep it. Intentional grounding, of course, lost it down, so it's going to be a turnover. So mark it off here from the infraction, which is way back about the 35. So usually when you talk about a 4th down decision, going for it, punting it, you talk about getting burned when you go for it. Tried to punt it away, unsuccessful connection there on special teams, and so Maclay going to start with fantastic field position for offensive drive number 2. It's going to be a handoff. Hugh Thomas right down Main Street. Drags the first man over the 20, or inside the 20-yard line. And it looks like it'll be very close to a 1st down. And is. So go ahead and move the chains here for the Marauders. So good start for them. Fantastic position. This is a tough ask for that NFC defense. Slung on out. Nice little timing route. Blake Brannon with the old hook. Coming back for about a 9-yard pickup. Great little timing route there. Wide receiver and quarterback on the same page. NFC playing off. Easy little sling and catch there. Thomas standing the block, pits up the blitz. Grant's going to get out of trouble. Slings it into the end zone, looking for the big man. And he's able to connect in the end zone. That's Podgorski, Big Z, into the end zone for Maclay touchdown.
Hard to miss down there with that 6'5" frame. George Grant, excellent escapability on that play to get away from the sack. Keeps his eyes downfield, finds Podgorski. Big, big touchdown here early for Maclay.
So Long getting ready to get rolling. Blast it through. And conversion is successful after the about 16-yard TD reception there. Zeke Podgorski. So 7-0 margin. We went the whole fourth quarter with no scores, but Maclay wasting no time. Took us just 30 seconds in the second frame to get over the line and get some good-looking numbers up on the scoreboard. Like 7s more than 0s, Trent.
I do too, Jupe. Tough break there early for NFC. Going for the punt, unfortunately, takes the grounding there and really set up Maclay. But great on Maclay to capitalize in that position. You know, they obviously had their backs against the wall, came up with that huge stop on defense and able to keep NFC out on that first drive, and NFC beginning to march and come up with another one here on the second. So great stuff from Maclay, holding down the home turf and making their bid for the Battle of Meridian tonight.
Absolutely. And that's the thing, you think about these rivalry games evenly matched, what are those plays that are going to give over you top? And so typically you think about that for big plays, splash plays, but oftentimes those kind of mental mistakes or miscues will burn you. So, of course, the trouble on the punt really put NFC in a difficult position, and Maclay took advantage as Burt here to kick, or return the kick, back from the 5-yard line, met about the 20 here by a host of boys in blue. We'll get out to about the 24 there as we had Andrew Lunt, the senior wide receiver, free safety, the bottom of the pile there for Maclay. So NFC going to come out for their third offensive possession of the night. 0 for 2, ending on 4th down on the way into the end zone, stopped about a yard short, and then of course the turnover on downs with the miscue on the punt. So an opportunity here for NFC. But a good start for that Maclay defense. Bend don't break on that first drive, and then really start to flex some muscle in drive number 2. Tackled here in space is Burt. Pickup of about 4 or 5 on the play. First down, they do it about 34 here, so second and moderate to go.
Nash Bashirs with the big tackle there. We've seen Hugh Thomas as running back early tonight, and obviously they're going to need him to step up at linebacker with some of these injuries, but he's been playing both sides of the ball great all season.
Oh, yeah. The Energizer Bunny, they call him, Trent. Number 7, get him as much action as you can. Can go trips here for NFC. Sidecar left is Terry. Lone wide receiver on the island is Gorham. Number 20, hit on out to Esteban. Maclay absolutely blows up that screen. Fantastic pursuit. Bo Bashirs in on the action. Of course, the freshman Adam Bailey in the mix. Nash Bashirs also at the bottom of the pile. Tucker Popple also in the mix. Who else you want here, Trent, the big 4 going?
Where's Manny?
Getting an update down from Live Oak. Swanee leads Taylor County 7-0. I think a 1-6 Swanee against a 6-1 Taylor. The old rivalry game down there at Langford. Another one of the fun games going on in the area here tonight. Stoppage of play, and that's going to be NFC's second timeout of the night.
NFC, that is their 6th of the half.
As we have opportunity to give some shout outs to our sponsors here. Once again, 2024 Shield sponsors. Thank you for your support of Maclay Marauder Football. The Southern Group for the table hospitality. Lloyd Roofing. Roofing done right. Merrill Lynch and Mike Robinson. Mount Pleasant Lodge in North Florida's Highlands. Go enjoy some special events there. Once again, the Shield sponsors for Maclay Marauder Football. Couldn't do without them. Proud supporters of the Four Quarters online broadcast here of Maclay Marauder Football. Andrew Duke, Trenton Young, Mark Adams bringing you the action here tonight on what some Floridians would call a frosty Friday, though we're probably here in the 60s, so let's not get too crazy. We got a long way to go here for the drive to December for a state championship. Coyne wants to go deep into double coverage. Bo Bashirs knocks it away. As you have Bashirs and Bashirs in coverage. One is usually enough for me to go the other direction, Trent. I'm definitely not trying to take down 2 of them.
No, you know they're both hungry tonight. Bo getting the start on defense. Nash also as well.
There you go. Pass intended for Nick Jerry at number 11. So it's going to bring up 4th down and long once again. Here, Purcell back to punt. So, of course, you wonder if Maclay's maybe going to bring a little more pressure the way things went last time. Only going to rush 3, step back into it. Solid punt, caught by Bashir. 7-on-7 action there as Burt makes a drop on Bashir's, but cleanly held. And once again, great field position here for the Marauders. Not quite starting at your opponent's 30, but they'll take it at their own 45.
Absolutely, Jupe. And a little better execution there on the punt from NFC. Still a bad snap that the punter was able to get down and get it off for about 30, 35 yards. Better than nothing.
So it's going to be offensive possession at number 3 here for Maclay. First one tough, second one scored. Hand off here to Thomas, initial pressure, and he's going to try to slide on the perimeter of the formation, but NFC able to make the drop, couple yard loss on the play there for Thomas. So a little bit of switch up running back. It's going to bring Tucker Popple, number 27, in there for Thomas. We will see a little more of him, I presume. He's going to swing on out. Nice catch. Here comes some trouble. Shakes through 2 tackles over midfield and gets up close to the first down marker. Great recovery there by Popple. Shades of Ryder Popple there. Of course, a prolific Maclay Marauder athlete just a couple years ago. Keeper from George Grant all the way, trying to hit the perimeter. Turns upfield inside the 40, lowers the shoulder. And the senior not shying away from contact. Able to move the chains.
Great design run there from George Grant. Haven't seen that as much this season as we have in years past, obviously trying to keep him as more of a quarterback in this pass-first offense, but he's still got the wheels, as we seen earlier this season on that 98-yard touchdown.
Absolutely. Rush coming here for NFC. They're going to bring 5. Grant able to escape. And it's going to be incomplete to Bashir's as he skips it in there. Yeah, to your point, Trent, and it feels like it's almost a, hey, we want to keep George Grant healthy, you know. We'll throw him in there, and he's got value when he runs, right? But not as many, to your point, design runs. You know, of course, in the playoffs, breaking a bone here on a rush collision. And so that was ultimately the beginning of the end for Maclay's season. He's just so talented, so involved here in this offense. Definitely the nucleus, the heartbeat of this Marauder attack. Give to Popple down Main Street this time on the rush. And we have some extracurricular in the secondary. Come up juiced after taking a tumble, does Andrew Berenson. That's what you expect from one of your junkyard dogs on the line, right? Senior, he's seen this rivalry couple years going now. Grant stepping up, wants to sling it, looking for Bashir's deep, just on the outstretch, but they might get a bailout here. Penalty flag coming in late as the linesman was looking at the contact in the secondary. A little laundry. Never liked doing laundry on a Friday night, Drew.
Sometimes you have to.
Yeah, sometimes
do what you got to do.
Sometimes you got to deal with the laundry. That's true.
Which reminds me. Thanks.
4th down here as they pick it up. 4th and moderate. Maclay says go for it. Slung over to the middle, looking for Podgorski. Off the fingertips. It'll be a turnover on downs here back to NFC. And the Eagles will get ready for their 4th offensive possession. So they gave a little bit there. 10, 20, just about 30 yards. Did the defense there for NFC's. Maclay was able to chip away. But, of course, not starting inside the 30 this time. Kept out of off the scoreboard this time around here. Of course, our lone touchdown, that 15, 16-yard touchdown reception Grant to Podgorski. The difference in the ball game. So Coyne, Burt, Estamond, and the rest of the gang here for NFC going to come back on offense. Oh, Maclay showing a little heat. Looks like they're going to bring 5. The rush. Popple, one-on-one duel there with Burt. Great tackle in the open field to limit that damage. 2-3 yards on the pickup there for Burt. A little sophomore action there. Talk about Berenson being in a lot of these battles, Trent. We may see Popple and Burt go head-to-head for a
couple more years. Yeah.
Yep. That is okay by me. Both emerging young talents here in the Big Bend. Personally, a fan of them both. 3 wide receiver look here for NFC. Going to bring an H back in. Give to Burt once again. Rush up the middle. Clogged up. Here come the reinforcements for the defense. Great surge on the left side of that defensive line. No give up. Arizo at the bottom of the pile. Looks like Bashirs comes in late as well. Oh, no, excuse me. That was Davis Malone, number 6. I saw the sleeves. I thought it was Bashirs. He was also on the far side, but number 6, Davis Malone getting in there. You know, sometimes those safeties, they want to lay down a little lumber here, Trent.
Get tired of playing that deep coverage. They want to get in on the action.
Absolutely. 3 wide receiver look, quick hitter out to Estamont. Clogged up. Bashirs and Popple. That's Nash Bashirs. Ushers him out of bounds, but there's a flag on the play. Usually with those wide receiver screen, that's an area of holding here. As the ref here on this NFC sideline has been a busy man this evening. Holding on NFC. Oh, 4th down. Coach Cawley says, nah, let's do the 4th down thing. So NFC looks a little surprised, but they'll switch personnel here to get ready for the punt. Ooh, is Estamon going to take this one? We got Riley Smith. So I did notice that they do kind of platoon their punters. So Smith and Purcell have between 12 and 15 punts each for this one. So this is not a fake, I don't think. This one's lifted off. Bashirs lets it take a bounce. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 NFC bounces, and then a roll inside the 30. Gets him an extra 12 yards or so. So not bad. Not often see a team platooning punters, Trent.
Not often, Jupe, and not often you see this many flags on a Friday night, but we've had a couple. Don't know what this one is for, but...
You'd be surprised, Trent.
Yeah, we did have one bad game earlier this season. Well, I don't want to say bad, but heavily penalized, I should say. It's been a few weeks. I got spoiled, I guess.
Yeah, we were letting the people know the stream's going on. Refs are like, "Oh, dang, I'm trying to get some stream."
Yeah, I want some airtime
as well. Yeah, absolutely. Everybody's got to get some love, you know, Trent. Usually it comes in the form of, 15 to 18-year-olds out here battling every Friday night or maybe Thursday night.
Sometimes you get the rogue ref.
True. Sometimes Monday night, if you got makeup games. I think we've played every night but Tuesday here in the Big Bend. No, we did play Tuesday. We've played all 6 days of the week except for Sunday. We had a couple makeup games with the district. I think it was Rickards had the Tuesday game. Godby had a Wednesday game earlier in the season. It's a wacky schedule out there this year, man. You get a couple hurricanes in the mix and things get a little wild. And so penalty declined. It was on Maclay for an illegal substitution. But Coach Nichols says we're all right. we'll get it where we got it going on, which is the 30-yard line here for Maclay. Fourth offensive venture. Getting ready to start the back half of this second quarter. Little bootleg here for Grant. And Big Z trying to get the puppies organized, but no toe drag swag to be had here, Trent. And it'll be an incomplete pass over on that far sideline.
They've been going to Podgorski early and often tonight, obviously. Got that big touchdown earlier. They went for him on fourth down in the red zone. So we'll see how he's able to do the rest of this game.
Hand off to Thomas. Slow developing rush there. He'll get to the 35. And we'll skip on down. Nice pickup for Thomas in the second down run, but another flag on the field. Coming down from the back judge, way back here on the NFC side of the field here in the second quarter. And once again, looks like a lead substitution, this time on NFC. But they were moving the football in the wrong direction if it's on NFC. Should be going the other way. Okay.
All right.
All right. There you go. So take a little water break here. Give a breather for us.
Yeah.
Try to catch up, keep things organized.
Sure.
As we'll try to sneak you a little double trouble here. Maybe some sponsors, maybe some scores. First, we got to give a shout out top Marauder sponsors here from Maclay Marauder Football. Prime Meridian Bank. Proud supporter of Maclay Football. Dermatology Associates. Shout out Mark Inglis. MD. Of course, here in the capital city of the Sunshine State. Home instead. To us, it's personal. You going on the road? Nah, I'm going home instead. Of course, family of Henry Richardson, 2024 top Marauder sponsors. Shout out sophomore number 14 wide receiver DB Henry Richardson in the fan. Keeper on the read option for George Grant. What's that, second rush of the game here for old Georgie boy, Trent?
I believe so. Second design at least.
So third and very, very short. Oh, little stoppage here. The ref's trying to get it organized. Are they going to measure it? It's close. Maclay wondering what in the world is going on. We're trying to run this thing.
Yeah, we're trying to play football. We got an up-tempo offense. Y'all are killing us right now.
And not to look too much into it, but a slow-rolling stop-and-start game, I think, does favor NFC.
Absolutely. I mean, that's the style of ball that they played so far.
Just extending it, of course, with the limited numbers. You know, looking at the roster coming in here, Trent, I believe there's only 26 players on the active roster here for NFC. Keeper for Thomas to move the chains. Keep on trucking here for Maclay as we get ready to dip under 5 to go in this opening half. Grant got a little time over to Nash Bashir's. Big reception inside the 30, brought down inside the 20. Monster pickup there of almost 40 yards. And that's the kind of damage Maclay can do when George Grant's got time to sit around, hang around in the backfield.
Bashir's has been quiet so far, but that's one way to introduce yourself to the game right there.
Hello, yeah. What, maybe first, maybe second?
I think so. I think that's his first catch, I believe.
Maclay wants to roll here. Slung on out to the perimeters. Blake Brandon. Full jump, makes first man miss. Oh, stretch out. Are they going to give it to him? Oh, no love.
Oh, man. It looked like he reached it out and got over the pylon. That was incredible run after catch there.
Man, I think Brandon, if this is college ball, he may get the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
Maybe in for 6. That's a good highlight reel. Oh, little fade. Looking for Big Z in the corner. And it's going to be an incomplete 2nd and goal to go here from about the 1.5, it looks like.
They're trying to feed Zeke tonight, aren't they, man?
Yeah,
that would have
man.
been 2 touchdowns early in the game.
Early and often. And you look at it, I don't think anybody on the other side from what I see listed is over 6'1", 6'2", so you've got a distinct size advantage in that secondary. Why not flex it? Thomas rush up the middle, but it looks like he's going to be short here to bring up 3rd down and goal for the Marauders. Got a couple chunk plays to get him down here, but as it is, usually tough sledding. So let's see what Keaton Beach and the rest of the offensive line have here for the Marauders. NFC bringing a little heat, throw into traffic. Great hands, Henry Richardson, the sophomore star. Of course, the fam is a proud sponsor. He's looking good there. Initial bobble, absorbs it through the contact, secures the orange, and nice little tight squeeze there. In 4-6, Trent.
Maclay air attack.
And Richardson's got it going on lately. 7th touchdown on the season. He's been really going off last 3-4 weeks. Woo! Line drive, rocket, and some extracurricular on the kicker and the special teams unit. And a little bit of choice words there for the Marauders, trying to protect their kicker there. But
He's a great
the
one.
kick's able to skate through. And it's going to be touchdown for number 14. Henri Richardson. What'd you think? Is that 1 or 2 yards out, Trent?
1.5.
Split the difference? I like it.
I'd say 1, honestly. A long 1, but not quite 2.
Heard. So 3:48 to go, quarter number 2. Maclay's 2nd touchdown and just under 8 minutes of game clock after going scoreless for the first 12 and a half. Not bad, not bad. Offensive possessions 2 and 4 getting pay dirt here for the Marauders. So, of course, penalty on that infraction. They're going to start at the 45. Man, I kind of want to see if Long wants to take a rip at it.
I think he could do it.
I want to see Long's
He can put it in the end zone.
range here.
But I think they'll...
So, like, if he can get this, I know he's got the run-up, right? But that's 55-yard range there.
Oh, you're saying hit a field goal from here. Okay.
Yeah, I want to
I
test
thought you meant a touchback.
Because typically they don't throw him out there at midfield, but I think he's got a long at 38. Oh, as Maclay tries to go onside with it. Oh, it looked good. It looked good. Oh, offside. So was the alignment. It wasn't a touching. I was going to say that went 10 yards.
Great time to call that, too, obviously. NFC's thinking about fielding that.
I think
Trying to
yeah, go for it, Trent.
I was just saying, trying to get out of the back of the end zone or inside the 5-10 yard line on the catch, and it's a great time to call the onside kick there. This is in the NFL. You don't have to tell the other team that you're going for it. So
Look out.
I love the call. Tough for Maclay. They were offsides, but great execution.
Indeed. I know the Marauder faithful don't want to hear me talk about JP2, but that's a team in the Big Bend that has a track record this season of when they get some momentum going to score, they'll sneak in onside kick, try to get you with the old 2-for-1. Maybe a little inspiration from their competitors down in Southwood. So I think Long just blasts this one away, this time from the 50. Okay, so with a run-up, that'd be 60. So if he's got no run-up, I mean, I could see Long ripping from 45.
I mean, he could have hit that if they had gone for it first time. It would have been close.
Good to know. Good to know for a special teams unit.
That's the thing. We saw Maclay go for it 4th down about the 35-yard line earlier. Their boy can hit from there.
Yeah.
They want the touchdowns, but, if it comes down to it, I think they would trust him in that situation.
Thinking about it. So, biggest lead of the game here tonight. here for Maclay. 2-possession game now. Coin throws on after the burn. Intercepted. Davis Malone. Nobody in front of him. Number 6 goes for 6, and the senior cashes it in. And a swift swing of momentum. 45 seconds, and all of a sudden it's a 3-score game. Read it all the way. Fantastic positioning. No flags on the field, it looks like. And the touchdown will stand. Davis Malone on the pick 6. All right. How about that? So, of course, PA announcer giving a shout out. He says Davis Malone's birthday. I'm inclined to believe him. So HBD, number 6, off the pick 6. So as far as game clock concerned, Trent, touchdowns 12 seconds apart. In real life, I think it was about 90 seconds.
It wasn't long.
Yeah.
They were ready on that drive.
So a little conference here. And this game has a drastically different feel than it did 45 seconds ago, as far as the game clock is concerned. So Long, once again, lining up for the extra point. No. Yeah, it's probably on the old touchdown celebration. To be enforced on the kickoff. I mean, it's his birthday, right?
Might as well.
If you're coach, you drop the hammer on that if it's his birthday, Trent?
No, absolutely not.
Yeah? You give him the pass?
Yeah, tonight.
Okay. Plus homecoming?
Now, Monday at practice is a whole other story.
Right, right. That's fair. That's fair. Extra point is good. So, Mr. Long, keeping on, keeping on. 18 to 21 on all kicks for Wyatt Long here this season. Started the day at 83%. Average going up. Up, 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 up. You think he gets this one in the end zone, kicking off from his own 25, Trent?
Anything's possible. We've seen some big Maclay bounces out here tonight on that one George Grant punt. Got him a good extra 10, 15 yards, so who knows, man? That's why we play the game.
Absolutely. Ariane, Lemoy, Estamons, Burt back to receive here. Little cover 3 kick return coming from NFC. Ooh, that's got a lot of backspin. That is fierce. Caught at 25, Burt. Far side coming back towards the middle. Little 1-2 step. 1-2 step at the 32-33. And he gets dropped just about the 35-yard line. So we're almost 75% of the way through quarter number 2. On a nice Friday night on Tallahassee's north side.
On the Maclay side of the Meridian.
True, yes.
On multiple fronts.
Where's your boundary? Do you keep the boundary at the interstate, or do you split it exactly at the halfway mark? Because obviously. Okay. So, of course.
I'm thinking interstate, yeah.
Top dog, Mark Adams says, we'll cut it off at the interstate. I think that's fair. A nice natural boundary. A natural boundary of a 6-lane highway. Bootleg here from Coyne, flips it over the top. Ooh. 2 receivers in the area, Jerry and Purcell, but it'll fall incomplete. Good pressure by Maclay there on the bootleg.
And then they almost both caught it, Jerry and Purcell there on the reception.
I thought they were going to do that one out-of-bounds play where the one guy jumps out of bounds, tosses it back to the guy that's inbounds.
Yeah.
I want that so bad.
I've always wanted to see that as well. The best we get is Travis Kelsey laterals.
There you go. Second down and 10 to go here for NFC. Little tight formation here as they put Burt out on the island here near side and Gorham far side. Little motion. Here comes Coyne. Pressure coming from Maclay. And great pursuit from the freshman Bailey there. Chasing the quarterback out of bounds for a very short game. Going to bring up third down and long here to go for NFC.
Productive night for Bailey early.
He's going off, dude.
Yeah.
Freshman says, senior night's later in the year,
care,
guys.
Man.
Tonight is freshman night.
I'll have 4 senior nights. Watch this.
I'm Adam Bailey. I'm number 30. I got pink socks. Let's go. He's juiced up, though. He was one of the guys, early in that first quarter, he was fired up. You could tell he wanted to get in on it here tonight. Showing some heat. Maclay bringing blitz of 4. Great defense by Bashirs. Slides in the right arm, scrapes the football free there from Kyle Estamond. How about Estamond, leading receiver here for NFC? Just a freshman, dude. Obviously, go for it, go for it.
Between him and Burt, you know, they've definitely got a very promising future here in the next few years. Obviously, a pretty young team. Like you said, only 20-some players on this roster, so they're looking to continue to build and grow. Definitely.
I think, yeah, go for it.
No, I was just going to say, definitely a tough season for NFC, looking at, you know, how they've done historically throughout the season.
Oh, blocked! Wildrick in on there, throws the blocker into the football.
That was loud.
That was a crunch. Hopefully,
yeah.
That one got caught by the old drop pad there. Oh, but Wildrick's had a couple plays where he's just enforcing as well. He's like a grown man out there, the 5'10" junior out there. Woo, he's like a snowplow out there on that football field.
A couple big breaks here for Maclay on special teams so far tonight.
Yeah, oh, that's a good point, yeah. Punting has been problematic for NFC. Maclay, like you said, looking really good on special teams. Takes you back to that game a couple weeks ago with that blocked extra point. Big Z on the reception. Shakes through the first tackle. Takes 2, 3, 4 NFC Eagles to drop Podgorski as he gets inside the 15, and the flags are flying. Yeah, how about that crunch on that punt,
That was
though?
loud, dude.
That was like when the offense... That was like me earlier this week. The office is totally silent, and I'm busting open this bag of chips. Super loud. This was, of course, a little more jarring and exciting, but similar situations for me. This one was a lot more exciting.
Who else was around to hear that, though?
Nobody.
Exactly. The tree falls in the woods.
There you go. Oh, careful, Henry.
They already got one flag down.
Must have been that crater that Wildrick kind of plowed through there. Looks like Richardson caught a little divot there, almost went down. The old turf monster, Trent. Grass is looking smooth out here tonight, though. Got it painted up. Homecoming, so they got the two-tone paint out. You see both of the blues
all out
here. Oh, yeah. Little Navy, little Carolina. It is a sharp color scheme. I would like to see if they ever break out like a alternate black uniform. I think that Carolina blue would look sick,
especially
on top of some black uniforms there.
Absolutely. They do a black helmet and have that on there. That'd be cool, too.
Okay.
You said Blake breakout, and I was thinking Blake Brandon.
Yeah, Blake
I mean,
Brandon.
it could happen tonight.
Or Blake Wilson. Shout out to the junior.
All the Blakes.
Offsetting personal fouls for both teams. First down here for Maclay. As we get it going on. George Grant out of the shotgun. 4 wide receiver look. Q Thomas. Little back shoulder here from Bashirs. In. It's a clean catch, but another penalty flag. This one over on the far side. Seems things are a little more smooth rolling on that far side, but yeah, a little stop and go here on this near side, Trent.
Definitely taking a little longer here in the second quarter than the first one did.
I'll say. Yeah, on the other side of 8:30 here, Eastern. So we know we'll have the extended halftime with the homecoming court ready to rock and roll here on this near side.
Coach Collins, what's going on over here? I thought you guys were our guys.
What's that? Sorry?
Okay, yep, apparently they are. I was just saying, Coach Collins, like, come on, I thought you guys were on our side here. Just, I mean, that looked like it was pretty clear separation there from the shears. I didn't see any push off or any hold or anything, so I guess they just decided to pick it up and move on.
Good stuff. So in for 6. There was a little indecisiveness about it, but how about a little toe tap? Get in there. Extra point. Up and good. White Long getting juiced for that extra point. 4 touchdowns home from Maclay. A busy second quarter. All 4 touchdowns coming in that second frame, Trent.
Another reason why that one took a little longer than the first, but the shears getting in the score column along with Podgorski, Henry Richardson in there. We still got a few more Marauders to check off the list tonight, and it's senior night. I think anything could happen.
Oh, yeah. Oof. You had to go back there. Look at that, Bashir's touchdown. That's a pro touchdown. He got 2 feet in there.
Yeah, that was clean.
Left foot plant, right foot drag. 2:26 to go here in quarter number 2. 28-0. As of course we have the extracurricular activities from the PATs. A little bit of an exciting point after journey we've had here tonight, Trent.
It's a rivalry game. These boys are pumped up. You know, they're celebrating. They're having fun. Obviously, up big on the rival, 28-0 at the half. So, like I said, Coach Colley's probably going to let them have their night. Maybe come Monday talk about some of these penalties, but when the scoreboard looks that good, what are you going to do?
Here we go from the 45. NFC going to be on it a little bit in case they go onside again. Gets it to the end line. All right. So maybe 5 yards that would have gone with the run up. So maybe 5 more.
Sure.
So I'm convinced 45 is in range for Wyatt Long. Off a regular kind of three-step windup.
Maybe if we get lucky, big NFC 4th down stop, about the 35, 40-yard line. Let them go, man. Count the lifts.
Let's set some records. Set a season long out here
fun,
tonight.
yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I could have sworn season long's 38. I want to see if we can't check some statistics here while we have a little opportunity. But NFC back on offense. It's going to be a little jet sweep from Esteban. Great tackle in the backfield. It's Bailey again. And the freshman having himself a night here. Woo-wee. And this is the time of year you start to see some of these underclassmen, Trent, is really starting to emerge here this week 9, week 10, week 11 stretch.
A lot of them got to get in against DRS, build some confidence for the rest of the season.
Yeah, that's a great point. That's a great point. Feeding the depth, something with some of the injuries that we were able to catch Coach Coley ahead of the game, and something that he was a little concerned about is like, hey, man, we're tough on depth with a couple of injuries and stuff going on. He's like, hopefully we're able to muscle through here tonight. I say so far so good in this opening half. Pressure, Coyne's going to step up. Oh, great wrap up there in space. Jediah Stewart with the bring down. It'll be a short gain on the play. And Maclay will call a timeout. They're trying to steal another one before halftime. It's only their, I believe, their second timeout called of the half. So both teams will have one remaining.
Pretty packed house tonight here for Homecoming Jew.
Yeah. Best crowd, I think, all season, right?
Absolutely.
It's standing room only on the home side.
Let's get a good shot of that crowd, why don't we?
I mean, there's some spots on the bleachers, but I think people are a little chilly. That aluminum gets a little colder this time of year.
They had to go get that hot cocoa at the half.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the concession line's pretty good over there, too.
That's what I'm saying. Let's go check that out.
Yeah, look at all the people. And then the away crowd's pretty solid here as well. And the DJ trying to get the crowd juiced. Big third down on the way here. This is huge for Maclay if they could pick up the fourth down, try to get it back. Got a chance to make this a 5-score game at the half. For NFC, this may be, I hate to say it, maybe 4-down territory. Like if you can get 4 or 5 here, I don't know if you want to punt it back to Maclay. Coyne with some pressure. Maclay only bringing 4, but they're able to get home. Here comes the Heat. Bailey in on the mix, as well as Ryder Marks. And a drop there, so it's about 4th down and long. So I think it's a little much here for NFC to do it. Was it the last Maclay timeout, Trent?
Last NFC timeout.
Oh, NFC calling this one.
Yes.
Okay. Interesting. Maybe they're going to sketch something up. So I believe, by my count, that was the 3rd used one here for NFC. So we've got some score updates coming out west. Walton leads Bay after the first quarter, 7-3. Also at halftime, Swanee in the Battle of the Dogs, leading Taylor County 7-0. End of the first quarter, out to our west, Marietta, 14-0 over Holmes County. And if you haven't had a chance to check out Marietta and Amari Clemens, you are missing out. That dude, Campbell, he's going high power 4 here. He is a monster run game. Maclay ran into Marietta this season, and like most, it was tough Friday night. Marietta still undefeated. Locked up the district this past week. Maclay bringing 3 here on the punt. It's going to be a twisting one coming near side. Skips out of bounds at the 39-yard line. And so Maclay, with 71 seconds to go in the half, will have a fantastic opportunity to cash in and try to get a 5th touchdown across here. You already got one from Pogorski, Richardson, Malone, Bashirs. Makes you wonder who's next, Trent.
Maybe old Mr. Rollins?
Who's that?
Mr. Rollins?
Oh.
Henry?
Like, we're talking Rollins Miller?
Oh, it's Miller, forget it.
Oh, get the linebacker in there. Pinching in for little wide receiver duties. We've seen him. Maybe number 4. TBD. 4 wide receiver set. Thomas in the backfield, slung on out to Brannon. Comes back into the field of play. Short of the 30, but a solid pickup. Gets about 7 or 8.
Maybe it will be Brandon with his little breakout, because Maclay's clearly passing the ball. They going up tempo. They want one more.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It looks like your boy Rollins Miller on the field there, Trent, over that left side slot. Swung on out. Going to be enough for the first down. Held up is Bashirs by Esteban. So 44 seconds to go. First down. We'll hold the clocks here. Ball is spotted. Once again, resuming play. Clock beginning to roll. 4 wide receivers. The lone one to the left is Richardson. Thomas will stay in to block. NFC only bringing 3. They drop 8 in coverage. Slung on out to the far side. And it is caught! And run after the catch. Looks like it gets into the end zone. Nash Bashirs. Oh, and the 25-yard touchdown is going to be coming back, holding on the offense.
Hate to see that great run after catch there from Nash. Obviously, didn't really do a whole lot in that first quarter. Gets the big touchdown here in the second. That would have been his second of the second, but still a couple more opportunities.
Yeah, absolutely. Broke the seal, Trent, so he wants another one. You know, the last couple of weeks, Richardson has actually surpassed Bashir's in touchdowns receiving-wise. Currently, Bashir's sitting at 5, Richardson's sitting at 7, so trying to play a little catch-up here. So, of course, they'll mark the penalty yardage off from the spot of the foul. It was back by the line of scrimmage, so it's about a 1st and 19 to go. NFC only brings 3. Grant going to break the pocket. Slung into the middle. Able to stay behind the line. Hits Bashir's. Grant looks like he's slow to get up, though. A little bit of contact. So he looks over to the sideline as they get ready to set the ball. 12 seconds. And it might be a false start on the offense. Yeah, they were trying to get the snap off and spike. So it looks like George Grant looks like a defense attorney out there trying to make his case. Sir, with all due respect, my client, Maclay Marauder Football, did not. False start. See what the official indication is here. Is 12 seconds to go. Oh! And the objection is overturned. So, Mr. Grant wins his case and able to get the spike. NFC says, what is in the world is going on?
Yeah.
Oh, so they give him incomplete. He tried to spike it, but he bobbled it, so they're going to give him the incomplete pass. NFC only bringing 3, going to the back of the end zone, looking for Bashir's. Did he keep the foot down? Oh, that was close. He might have had it. Back judge says he slid on out there. 5 seconds to go. Bashir's almost an amazing second touchdown.
It looked like he had the toe tapped and then had to lunge for the ball, and that's what took him out of the end zone.
Yeah, the double jump. So 3rd down and long, of course, the time more of a factor. 5 seconds to go. This more than likely is the last play of the half. Grant going to step up. He's going to keep it. They dropped a lot in coverage, and the half will expire. So we will go to the break. 28-0, your score count. Marauders, a productive second quarter. All 4 touchdowns coming in the second frame. Podgorski, Richardson, Malone, Bashir's bringing it home here for your hometown Marauders here on homecoming weekend. So we're going to jump out for a quick halftime break. Well, I wouldn't say quick. It'll probably be a little extended with the homecoming festivities. We're going to take a halftime break nonetheless. Andrew Jupe, Trenton Young, Mark Adams bringing you the presentation of 4 Quarters Online, giving you Maclay Marauder Football here 2024, as we do every Maclay home game. So 8:45 on the clock. We should be back from halftime about 9-ish. So come on back with us. Go get yourself some beverages, maybe nice something to eat, and we'll have some football to finish out your Friday. Come right on back.
When I drop my children off every day, they're happy to come to school. They're welcomed into loving arms.
Around the bend.
I love that Maclay preschool classrooms are small in size and that there's also 2 teachers in every classroom.
They get to do things like art and Spanish and go to science lab.
Learning is almost hidden, and the children don't realize the education that they're getting each day. They're having fun through playing and hands-on experiences.
They enjoy coming to school every day, and as a parent, there's nothing more that you could ask for in a preschool for your children.
My name is Avery Smith. I came to Maclay in 2016, came in as a freshman, and I moved from a different school. I ran cross country my freshman and sophomore year, and then I ran track all 3 years and plan to run this year as well. And then I played soccer all 4 years. And then the clubs I've been a part of Student Council, Anchor Club, Red Cross Club, and then Dance Marathon is my big organization that I'm a part of.
Miracle Network Dance Marathon is a movement benefiting Children's Miracle Network Hospitals, an organization that raises funds and awareness for over 170 pediatric hospitals across North America.
My freshman year, I signed up 2 days before, and I went that Saturday, and I immediately just fell in love with it. I think it's so cool that a group of students can get together and raise thousands of dollars for the families and for kids with pediatric illness. I just know so many families that go to Maclay and that are in the Tallahassee community that are affected by Dance Marathon. So I think it's really important that we try to push all throughout the year and we get as much as the student body involved as we can. Dance Marathon has given me a chance to work with many different students and serve as a leader in Maclay but also in the community. I have been taking the business concentration classes because that's what I'm leaning towards majoring in college. So I've been able to take personal finance, risk and reward, and then this year I'm taking a directed independent study that's called marketing communications. So I've been able to see all the different bits and pieces that fall under that business branch, and so I kind of get a feel for what I want to focus on in college next year. I tend to thrive on a very busy schedule, so when I have to balance academics and social and athletics and all of that, I know when it gets tough, it's preparing me for my life after Maclay this year, and I feel very prepared going into college. I'm Avery and I'm determined.
I am Eric Phipps. I started at Maclay early 2000s, sometime in pre-Cat. I live on a dirt road kind of out in the woods, and I've always kind of enjoyed being in nature and interacting with it. I've always wanted to make change, I guess. Biology seems like a field that would be really rewarding, and also I find it very interesting. I've found it interesting since 9th grade. Maclay does have a band. It's nice to be able to participate and play the trumpet because I love doing that. Although it is also nice to be able to conduct. I love jazz.
Eric started in band in the 5th grade. He started on the trumpet and he has loved music ever since and has stayed with the band program ever since. And as he has developed, he has become more of a leader in the band, and the last 2 years he has become my student director. And what the student director does is to lead the jazz ensemble.
It's kind of hard to rein everybody in, especially when there's a student conductor, so you have to kind of be firm, and I guess I've learned how to do that. I've definitely grown since I started doing that, and I've learned more communication and leadership skills. I love Mr. Norman. He kind of teaches you more how to think than write, because not like he teaches you how to think, but he teaches you how to think for yourself. Basically, he teaches you that no piece of literature has one single meaning and you can interpret it however you'd like. And I think that's a really cool idea, something I learned in his class that I've never learned before. Something that's a recent interest, but I really, really want to do now is architecture. I'm going to college for engineering. That's the plan. And I really, really enjoy designing and building things. I have a lot of interests. I don't know which one I want to do, but currently I'm thinking about architecture. At Maclay, I've learned to respect my teachers and all the faculty and all the students around me, and I think that's probably the biggest takeaway. I'm Eric, I'm inspired.
say. I've been at Maclay since the 9th grade. Instantly, when I came into Maclay, I was connected with teachers, mentors, peers that helped me have like one of the smoothest transitions. I found a notebook on my teacher's desk at Holy Comforter, and it said Student Astronaut Challenge. And instantly I was like, what is that? And she explained it to me, and she said, hey, if you want to create a team, we need 5 people by tomorrow. And so I asked a bunch of my friends from different grade levels, and we had a team by the next day. And when I came to Maclay and found that there wasn't a Student Astronaut Challenge, I knew that I had to get this program started. So when I competed in the middle school, I just remember loving it and wanting to learn more and wanting to know more. And so getting to help the middle schoolers really inspires me to continue what I'm doing. I just see them light up, and it's been an incredible experience because we're working together and they look up to me, but I am also looking for them for inspiration. So throughout my years, I have a particular love for biology. And in sophomore year, I took my biology class, but unfortunately, that's the only biology class. I wanted to be more specific. I wanted to guide my learning into one directed path. And so this year, I've been able to create a class called Biomedical Science. And so I have been able to research different diseases from Alzheimer's to Parkinson's to MS. I'm a very active student. I play a lot of sports after school, and so that requires a lot of time management. But fortunately, the teachers and all my coaches work with me and understand that all the students here are so active and so involved in many different things. Maclay is a really challenging school, but that has ultimately led me and challenged me to become the best student I can be. And it also has challenged me to be involved in so many activities, so I have been able to find my interests and my passions through all the opportunities Maclay has provided. I'm Hannah, and I'm determined.
I'm Hunt Dyson. I started at Maclay in kindergarten. I came from Faith Preschool. It's been really fun. I've enjoyed it a lot, especially going into high school. Like, I had that group of friends that I've known my entire life, and then I also got to meet a bunch of new people from coming outside. I started out just as a writer sophomore year. I had heard that my friends Emily Dudley, Ellie Castillo, and Rachel Stockel wanted to make the paper. So I contacted Mr. Normant, who redirected me to Mrs. Mayer, and they said I could come on as a writer. So I wrote, I think, a couple of articles for the newspapers that just got to start up. And then Will became student council president, so they needed a sports editor. So junior year, last year, I stepped in as sports editor, which was really rewarding. I want to say APUSH was probably my favorite class. I didn't think it would be. I've never been a big history guy, but that was a really, really fun class just because it went a little bit more in depth than I thought it would have gone, and it was just kind of cool to like see the broad concepts that I learned as a little kid and then go a little bit more in depth as to why those things happen. I really enjoyed, honestly, all of them. They're all really passionate. I would say Mr. Normant's up there just because of how passionate he is about it. Dr. Bevan too. I had Dr. Bevan for the first time this year, but just, you know, how passionate he is about teaching it. You know, if he reads a good line or something in Hamlet, he'll kind of slam his book on the table and just be like, wow, like that was an amazing line, like isn't that awesome? So it's really nice being able to learn from teachers who are super passionate and then can kind of like relay that on you because it's palpable almost, it's just in the air, you're able to feel it. In 5 years, hopefully in grad school, I don't know what I want to major in, but I know after undergrad, I want to get my Juris Doctor degree and MBA, get that joint degree. And then as far as a job goes, I don't know. I think public relations would be pretty cool. Over the summer, I job shadowed a public relations firm, and I got a lot out of that. So hopefully interning and working on getting my graduate degrees. I'm Hunt, and I'm unstoppable.
I think in lower school and middle school, I didn't really appreciate it as much just because it was school. sophomore year is when I really started to grow and learn that, this is your future and everybody here wants to help you. I was a baseball player until my sophomore year. I got tendonitis in my shoulder during the first game of the season, and I was also running track at that time, and I said, well, why don't I focus on running track and just getting better at that, and if I recover, I'll recover and I can go back to playing baseball, but let me try to be the best I can be while I'm running track. Fell in love with track, fell in love with cross country, and ever since then, it's just been running. Everybody here wants to help you. Like I said, I didn't understand that until sophomore year. That's when I realized I need to start doing my work.
I recommended Jay because not only is he one of the best runners in North Florida, South Georgia, but he knew that he needed to strengthen his schedule in order to be more competitive getting into colleges. He couldn't get in just based on his running, get into the college he wanted to get into. So he beefed up his schedule.
In college, I want to study anatomy and physiology or sports physiology. Don't know which one yet, but they kind of go together, so that helps. Future plans, I see myself running in college. Med school, some type of sports science, something around that field. That just keeps me in the loop of sports when I'm not actually doing sports anymore. So after the running career is over, I can still be around sports because I love it. I'm Jay, and I'm inspired.
My name's Avery Smith. I came to Maclay in 2016, came in as a freshman, and I moved from a different school. I ran cross country my freshman and sophomore year, and then I ran track all 3 years and plan to run this year as well. And then I played soccer all 4 years. And then the clubs I've been a part of, I've been a part of Student Council, Anchor Club, Red Cross Club, and then Dance Marathon is my big organization that I'm a part of.
Miracle Network Dance Marathon is a movement benefiting Children's Miracle Network Hospitals, an organization that raises funds and awareness for over 170 pediatric hospitals across North America.
My freshman year, I signed up 2 days before, and I went that Saturday, and I immediately just fell in love with it. I think it's so cool that a group of students can get together and raise thousands of dollars for the families and for kids with pediatric illness. I just know so many families that go to Maclay and that are in the Taz community that are affected by Dance Marathon. So I think it's really important that we try to push all throughout the year and we get as much as the student body involved as we can. Dance Marathon has given me a chance to work with many different students and serve as a leader in Maclay but also in the community. I have been taking the business concentration classes because that's what I'm leaning towards majoring in college. So I have been able to take personal finance, risk and reward, and then this year I'm taking a directed independent study that's called marketing communications. So I've been able to see all the different bits and pieces that fall under that business branch, and so I kind of get a feel for what I want to focus on in college next year. I tend to thrive on a very busy schedule, so when I have to balance academics and social and athletics and all of that, I know when it gets tough, it's preparing me for my life after Maclay this year, and I feel very prepared going into college. I'm Avery and I'm determined. My name's Avery Smith. I came to Maclay in 2016, came in as a freshman, and I moved from a different school. I ran cross country my freshman and sophomore year, and then I ran track all 3 years and plan to run this year as well. And then I played soccer all 4 years. And then the clubs I've been a part of Student Council, Anchor Club, Red Cross Club, and then Dance Marathon is my big organization that I'm a part of.
Miracle Network Dance Marathon is a movement benefiting Children's Miracle Network Hospitals, an organization that raises funds and awareness for over 170 pediatric hospitals across North America.
My freshman year, I signed up 2 days before, and I went that Saturday, and I immediately just fell in love with it. I think it's so cool that a group of students can get together and raise thousands of dollars for the families and for kids with pediatric illness. I just know so many families that go to Maclay and that are in the Taz community that are affected by Dance Marathon, so I think it's really important that...
I am Eric Phipps. I started at Maclay early 2000s, sometime in pre-K. I live on a dirt road kind of out in the woods, and I've always kind of enjoyed being in nature and interacting with it. I've always wanted to make change, I guess. Biology seems like a field that would be really rewarding, and also I find it very interesting. I've found it interesting since 9th grade. Clay does have a band. It's nice to be able to participate and play the trumpet because I love doing that. Although it is also nice to be able to conduct. I love jazz.
Eric started in band in the 5th grade. He started on the trumpet, and he has loved music ever since and has stayed with the band program ever since. And as he has developed, he has become more of a leader in the band, and the last 2 years he has become my student director. And what the student director does is to lead the jazz ensemble.
It's kind of hard to rein everybody in, especially when there's a student conductor, so you have to kind of be firm, and I guess I've learned how to do that. I've definitely grown since I started doing that, and I've learned more communication and leadership skills. I love Mr. Norman. He kind of teaches you more.
And welcome back to the Four Quarters Online presentation of Maclay Marauder football here. Homecoming night. NFC kicking off the second half. And a little onside pooch kick going here. Caught by Henry Richardson, who also caught himself a first half touchdown.
He surely did, Juke. Shout out to the family of Henry Richardson. We couldn't do it without you, and as well as the rest of our sponsors this season.
There you go. The Shield and top Marauder sponsors fueling the fire here for Maclay football, which I think some people would welcome at this stage of the football season. Trent getting a little brisk here in the capital city.
Sure is.
Not much sunshine this time of night here in the Sunshine State. Just past 9 o'clock Eastern. Pitch on out to the far side. Hugh Thomas on second down. Full head of steam. Spins out of 3-4 would-be tacklers. Over midfield. 40. 35. Trying to hit the perimeter. Oh no, football's on the ground. Oh no, football slips out and NFC's able to recover. A monster run there by Thomas. Ripped off at that point about 30. Would have been even more, maybe towards 50, but slips out. And Jackson Gustafson with the recovery, 59 for NFC.
Yeah, originally stopped in the backfield there, but keeps the legs turning, able to bounce that one out as Thomas. And that's tough there. You know, you're trying to get, the highlight play, make it all the way to the end zone, and then defender comes up out of nowhere, rips the ball.
Yeah.
So, still a great effort play there. Just a little unlucky for Maclay, and big break here for NFC early in the second half.
Yeah, quite the turn of fates here for NFC. Looks like they're about to let up a big play, and that's going to be a legal substitution on NFC. And as we've seen that quite a lot this evening for both sides, the old substitution.
You almost think right before the half that's kind of why NFC took that last time out. Is, you know, they've had some trouble with the punt unit tonight. Just kind of want to get everything in shape, not have to rush out there, catch another penalty, make another mistake.
So first in 15 now. Give to Burt. Oh, Jediah Stewart. Woo! Laying the lumber, getting the start tonight.
He came off his feet for that one.
Yeah, man. It looks like he was diving into the deep end.
Straight up.
Tried to send the tail back into the underworld. My goodness. Forceful impact with the ground there. Burt bounces right up, though. Stewart, though. Woo! Get it going on homecoming night. So second down and very long. It's almost 20 to go here for NFC. Scoreboard says 19. Coyne, pressure in the backfield, was looking for the swing pass, but Maclay's got it covered. They've got everything covered. Stewart, nice rush on Coyne there, and he'll throw it away. Pass incomplete, and it'll bring up a third down and long now.
Great pressure there from the Marauder defense, able to get Coyne off his mark, out of the pocket. Ran out of little real estate, and great job by the secondary there, like you said. Locking everybody down and not allowing Coyne to get rid of the ball.
Absolutely. And after that first drive and then the second one as well, the Maclay Marauder defense has really showed its teeth and has really started to assert dominance on the game. One reason why you saw such a big swing in that second quarter, because they got off the field, and the offense said, okay, thanks, guys, score. Boom. Delay a game, so that's going to make the conversion even longer. It'll be a 3rd and 24 to go now. And so while we have a pause in the action here, Trent, a little stoppage. We got a trivia question here for the Four Quarters Online people that are tuning in tonight. We're going to wait till after this play to drop it to you. Pressure coming here from McLean on the backside. Able to get home. It's Berenson. And the senior with the drop on homecoming night. Able to sack Coyne. It'll bring up a 4th down and quite some distance. But yes, trivia question. So these two schools separated by 2.6 miles. So, chat, I ask you, is anybody out there a fan of Big Bend football? If so, there's 2 other schools in the capital city here of the Tallahassee 10 that are closer to each other than these 2. Can you name the 2 pairings of those schools? So it's a total of 4 different schools, but 2 pairings of those schools. Punt away here from Purcell. Fair caught by Bashirs at the 40-yard line of NFC. So once again, fantastic starting field position for Maclay. It's, I think, the 3rd time in their last 4 drives. It's been really, really good starting field position.
Yeah, and that's obviously attributed to that Marauder defense really coming alive here. Second quarter, early on in the 3rd, really just limited any of the yards that NFC can get here. Other than that first drive, they've pretty much been stymied so far this game.
Swung on out here, looking for Brandon Burt. Making the drop here in the backfield. Flag on the play. It came off very quickly there in the backfield. So it looks like it's going to be an infraction on Maclay. Looks like a signal for maybe chop block.
Block below the waist, one of the 2.
Yep. Regardless, on NFC, so, excuse me, on Maclay, my mistake. So to back them up, 1st down from the 45 now. Back on the Maclay side of the field. So it is 25 yards to go. Jet sweep looking here from Bashirs, trying to set the edge. Nowhere to go, cuts back against the grain. Lowers the shoulder, gets 2 or 3 on the pickup there. So it'll be 2nd and about 23 to go here for the Marauders. Once again, Four Quarters Online trivia question of the night. which two school pairings, so 4 different schools, but 2 school pairings, are closer in distance than Maclay and NFC, separated by just 2.6 miles. Throwing over to the middle. Here's Bashir, slipped out of the first tackle. And second man on the scene, and it's a monster pickup for Bashir's. And it looks like he's going to get all 23 needed and a couple more to be able to move the chains. But another penalty flag on the field, holding against Maclay.
That's the second big one that Bashir's has had taken away from him here tonight. Obviously, nothing he can do about that. Doing his job, making a few men miss downfield.
Indeed,
But,
indeed.
Tough break here for the Marauder offense.
Of course, had to back him up quite significantly. So, Trent, I see no accurate responses here in the chat for our trivia question. You want to take a shot at it? Can you get one, if not both?
So I have to preface my answers by saying I've lived in the Big Bend for a total of 3 months.
Screen pass here to Popple. Got some real estate over midfield inside the 40. Diving head first through contact. Big hit near side by Josh Sapp. But a huge pickup there for Popple off the screen pass. And this is going to make it a gettable third down and about 8 to pick up here as they're inside the 40. Got about 25 yards to make it manageable. Grant to Richardson. Hand in the dirt. Able to fall forward and be able to move the chains. So how about that? Able to come back from almost 40 yards to go on that conversion.
Incredible.
Able to move the chains.
Back to your question, though, Jupe.
Yes.
Again, I'm a newbie, but if I had to guess, I'm going to go with Rickards and Lincoln.
What was the guess? Rickards and who?
Rickards and Lincoln.
Rickards and Lincoln. That is incorrect. That is not one of our would-be pairings.
All right, well, you can ask Mark.
Give here to Popple. So we'll turn it over. So we have our co-owner here, Four Quarters Online. He's playing producer here tonight. So, Mark, we had to pose a trivia question to the people. I don't want to give them too much time to look it up. But the 2 pairings of teams that are closer than NFC and Maclay here tonight. Shot at that guess.
I'm going JP2 Florida High.
Check. Yes, that's one. Do you have the second one? Is a little trickier because obviously they're just right across the street, Terrebonne.
By Charles Maclay.
Charles Maclay? No, a little farther than that.
A little farther than that? All right, hang on.
So, second one. You want one more shot at it?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll give you one more shot at it. You've been in the city longer than anybody, Mark, so I don't want to give you too much time. This one's going to go right down Main Street. And Popple is juiced up here in this third quarter. Gets up flexing.
It's going to come to me.
What's that?
It's going to hit me in just a second.
Yeah.
We're talking about just inside the city, right?
Correct.
That's
Fade to the back of the end zone. Ooh.
Just overthrown.
Looking for Big Z, who's already got a 15-yard touchdown reception. First score of the night.
And we're talking about just inside the 2 miles, right?
So, to bring up my metrics here, this is 2.6, or these two. So the one that you talked about, St. John Paul II, Florida High, just across the street.
Right.
This one is exactly 2.0 miles, school entrance to school entrance. Handoff here to the left-hand side. Popple again. Feed the beast. Diving for that end zone. And it looks like he's just short. Bring up a third down and goal to go for the Marauders. What's that?
I'm going God be Leon.
Oh, it was close. Not the one we were looking for.
Leon FAMU High?
No, that one I thought was going to be the answer,
Yeah.
but they're a little farther. It's like 3.5, I think. It's a little farther up Monroe than.
FAMU High Rickards.
That's it. That's the one.
Gotta be. I'm
FAMU
like,
High and Rick. Yep.
See, Tallahassee's tricky. There's a lot of you have to walk the city sometimes.
Because that's what I thought. I thought it was FAMU High and Leon was going to be the second closest one.
See, back in the day when Florida High was actually on campus at Florida State University, I would have said God be Florida High, because that's just right across. That's a hop, skip, and a jump from what's that? Ocala Road to crossing over Tennessee Street.
True. So Wyatt Long on for the field goal from 20 yards out.
Man, that ball's still going up.
Woo!
Had plenty of leg on it.
Assertively done, 31-0. So there you go. Some close matchups here this evening, and we're exactly at the halfway point of quarter number 3. Maclay 31, NFC 0. District 1 1A competition going here tonight.
Marauders looking good after the letdown from last week. Had a chance to talk to Coach Coley. Just felt like his squad came out flat-footed against John Paul, and Panthers definitely took advantage. But here on homecoming at Frank Shaw Field, the Marauders look pretty determined, playing great football here, pitching a shutout.
Indeed. Yeah, monster second quarter, got things going. Defense been picking up. And it looks like they're well on the way to cementing themselves. So you would think, as that number 2 team in the district here in District 1 1A. Long takes a blast. It'll get to about the 11-yard line. Bird will catch it there, all the way from the far side, coming near side, trying to catch the corner.
Great move.
Makes one man miss.
Great move.
He's dropped just inside the 40. Woo!
Pretty shifty.
What'd you think of the sophomore he's seen out here tonight, Mark?
I definitely like the way he has been ferociously attacking his running lanes. He just puts his foot in the ground and he just goes. Anytime you got a guy like that who can plant, turn, and go and get upfield, that's an extra 5 to 6 yards a carry. Even though it hasn't resulted in anything on the scoreboard, he's been the reason why they've been able to sustain some drives here.
And it makes for a fun storyline. You talk about some of the big ballers here at NFC, as far as Burt, the sophomore, Esteban, the freshman, and then you look over for Maclay, some of the players we've seen step up this season, really all season long. You talk about Bo Bashirs, you talk about Jace Wright, you talk about Richardson, and then you look over down at DRS. You've got McMillan, who's the younger side as well. This district.
Every once in a while, I pose the question: if these 2 teams or these 3 teams merge together, what kind of team would we have?
Ooh.
Every once in a while, you have so much parity here in the city or in the area. You just kind of wonder what would happen if there was just like a super school.
That would be pretty wild. Shotgun snap coming here, 4 wide receiver look, quick swing out from Coyne to Burt, upended there by Bashirs. Little 7-on-7 action there for a 3-4 yard gain for the sophomore.
Nice little pickup there, making the safe throws.
6 to go here. Left hash mark, NFC course, black helmets, white jerseys, red pants, going left to right on your streaming screen here tonight. Just over halfway through quarter number 3. Trying to chip away at this Maclay Marauder defense, which has looked quite sharp this evening. Blitz coming, try to get Coyne. Meet me at the quarterback. Looks like Wildrick at the bottom of the pile once again. And making the chase is the starter tonight, Jediah Stewart, who's, what do you think about his performance stepping in for the injured B.B. Potter here tonight, number 20 on defense, Mark?
Yeah, definitely. I think that, a lot of what Coach Coley talked about was getting some of these younger guys reps, crucial reps here coming down the stretch. I definitely think that Maclay has a little bit of work left to do, but big victories like this one, if this should hold here for the next 17, 18 minutes here, I think that will do Maclay some justice heading into the latter part of the final two to 3 weeks of the season. And you know, when you have some starters out, just being, whether it be the injury or just being banged up, you definitely want to know that you can rely on some of your younger guys to be able to come in and kind of plug some holes. So this is a great outing for them. Anytime you can pitch a shutout, you're doing something right. So yeah, there's a lot of underclassmen there that he was really excited about, and I think they're getting some pretty decent playing time tonight.
Yeah, ever since that, I believe it was the Week 5 bye. So you had the shutout a couple weeks ago here against DRS, going shutout again here tonight at home. Frank Shaw Field, pretty good venue.
Yeah.
Try to get some playoff games here. If the playoffs started tonight, Mark, they would be hosting even though they aren't the district champs.
Exactly. That's kind of one of those things where the ranking system, it gives and it takes away. Some teams are getting lots of love from the playoff ranking system, and some teams they're not getting any love. So
yeah,
I think Marauders will take what they can get.
Low snap here for Coyne, looking for the double move for Esteban. Bashir's in coverage. Oh!
Oh, man.
Too many Bashirs over there.
One of them should have high-pointed the ball. But that's going to bring up fourth down anyway.
Nash is like, what are you doing, Bo? He's going to let him have it on the car ride home there, Mark. Bo, I had that. That was a pick. Interestingly enough, the Maclay Marauder defense sharing the takeaways. I'd have to check to see if Malone had one coming into tonight because he had the pick 6 mark. But no Maclay Marauder defense, though they've had, I think, 6 interceptions. Nobody has more than 1. So sharing the wealth. Fourth down to go here after the stop for NFC. And punting unit back on, which Maclay has thrived in when NFC's punting the ball away as this one skips out of play. Man, we have some extracurriculars coming down here on the near side.
That ball's going to be spotted. It looks like the Marauder 38. And let's see what the call is here.
Because there was some little something on the near side. A little push. Little, shall we say, rivalry extracurriculars.
Yeah, every once in a while. Every once in a while, you can expect things to get a little chippy. It wouldn't be a rivalry if it was all handshakes and
True,
daps.
right? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't want them giving hugs in between plays, Mark. Did you see the trophy out here tonight, Mark?
No, I have not. I got to take a look at that.
I'm keeping an eye on it. It's a nice looking trophy. I've been having my eyes peeked to see if it pops up over there on the sideline. Slung on into Podgorski.
Wide open.
Big pickup for the 6'5" tight end wide receiver.
Nice blocking downfield.
Woo! And he's been a real point of emphasis last couple weeks, Mark. Kind of flying under the radar here early part of the season, but they are feeding the 6'5" man ever since really guess they got into district play.
Yeah.
Look off to the right. Now Grant wants to go deep. There's Richardson down on the backside.
Woo. Even better catch.
31 yards. Richardson's second touchdown of the game, 8th of the season. Henry Richardson, 31 yards out.
That was a beautiful pass.
And how about the look off too, Mark?
Yeah.
Sold you on the right side, comes back to it. Zing. Extra point attempt here from Wyatt Long is clean. He's 5 for 5 tonight. 38-0. Marauders with the advantage.
Yeah, that was a great series by the quarterback.
Grant stealing, man. That's when he gets time. He is dangerous.
Yeah, I think one of his biggest attributes is that he knows what his personnel can and can't do, and kind of puts the ball out in space where only they can make a play.
Done so well. Of course, Richardson's kind of got I guess he's like the character or archetyped as their kind of big play receiver. And you see combinations just like that, why he gets so many 30, 40-plus yard touchdowns. Like we said, 8 now on the season. Of course, with the wide receiver race, he's got 8. Bashir's has 5.
It's going to be picked up at the 1-yard line.
Swerving through traffic. It's the NFC faithful getting loud on that return there.
I think that was somebody's mama.
Yeah. Nice little return there for NFC. Get it up to about 25, just tucked inside that left hash mark. As we have activated the running clock. Of course, in the state of Florida, 35 points is the threshold here once you get into the second half.
Got a score coming in. Mariana leading Holmes County 29-6 at the half.
Pitch on now. Burt on the carry in the backfield. Great surge there defensively. Closing up that rush game. And it's once again Adam Bailey, the freshman, having himself a day. Little switch of personnel we have here for the Marauders. Blake Wilson in on the action. Number 1, he's going to be over coverage on that right-hand side, as is Trent's boy Rollins Miller on that right side. Quick hitter out to Estamond. Gets over the 35-yard line. He's dropped by Bailey and Malone combination. So set up a 3rd down and 5-6 yards to go here. As we
Florida
dip
High
under.
Still up on Madison by 7.
Okay, so that one's tightened up a little bit.
20-13.
Ooh. Feels like it's always a good game between those two. 4 wide receiver look, 2 each side. Burt sidecar left. 5 linemen. Marks splitting out a little wider on his pursuit. He's going to rush outside. He's got a shot at Coyne. He's looking over at the ref.
Looking for the upset. Swanee leads 14-6.
Ooh.
3 minutes left in the 3rd.
Of course, Taylor County, 3rd game in 8 days. Just over on the right-hand side at the 31-yard line. They're going to need the 35. So 4th down, they're going to go for it here. 60 seconds left in this 3rd frame. So it looks like NFC thinks Maclay's going to bring a little pressure. They're yelling blitz. They bring 4. Screen on out to Estamond. Open tackle there. That was Jace Wright. Sophomore corner, he looks short. And they say turnover on downs. So back to the Marauders over on offense, which I don't know that unless they want to, we'll have to snap it here before the conclusion of quarter number 3. See if we can go around the bend here, as it looks like we will be going to quarter number 4. Of course, we'll pop in, get some scores through ScoreStream, which, a reminder, this is a user-centric platform. So
Florida High attacking on 3. They're up 23-13.
Okay, so 10-point margin here. Freeport leads Baker 24-14. Mosley up 48-0 at halftime. Like Mark said, 14-6. Swanee leads Taylor. Niceville leads Lincoln 31-7. Out west, Bluntstown all over Northview 25-0. Vernon and Central in a battle. 8-9 is the score in the third quarter per score stream. Bay and Walton evidently in a battle, 14-10. Braves and Tornadoes. Osceola all over Bell, 36-13.
There we go.
So I'm seeing two contradicting scores for Niceville and Lincoln, so I want to put a pin in that. It may not be 31-7 as advertised. Oh, I'd be really interested in a scoring update from that Rickard St. John Paul's second game. Grant back in the action here. Frank Shawfield wants to go deep again. Looking for Brandon. Little too strong. Over the top and incomplete. Wanted to start quarter number 4 off with a bang. Yeah, would love to get an update over there from Franklin County. Maybe Rickards. Maybe tap back into that Rutherford game. See how we're doing. Penalty flag going here as Thomas on the rush.
Raiders up 19-14, third quarter.
Good game.
Yeah.
Down on the south side.
In the Dead Sea.
Oh, they're playing on campus tonight?
Yeah.
All right. I feel like they get only 1 or 2 of those a year. Definitely my favorite turf, Mark, of the city's
If
turf.
anybody should have had Smurf turf, I think it should have been Goddard.
I was hoping.
They were the last ones to get turf, and I felt kind of slighted about that as an alum. But
some missed opportunities. Lincoln passed on the Vegas Gold.
They did.
They decided to go green.
They did.
Leon passed on. What's the college out west? Was it East Washington?
Yeah,
It's got the
Eastern
red
Washington.
turf.
Yeah.
They passed on the red turf.
There's a school that has black turf, which I'm like, night games only, please.
Yes. In Florida, that could not work.
Not at all.
That'd be an absolute nightmare. It's like 160 down there on the field.
Speaking of stadium upgrades, if you can't see it, but just over to our right, there's a lot of construction going on for the Marauders' new digs. Oh, just through the hands. Man, that was a beautiful pass.
Richardson again tried to dial him up for the hat trick. A beautiful ball there by Grant, but falls incomplete. It was my mistake. That's not Richardson. I believe it's Andrew Lunt, number 11, was the intended receiver.
Man, that was a beautiful pass.
Mm-hmm. You just get into a sense that it's deep ball. You think it's Richardson, but looking for the senior, the 6'2 senior on that one. Yeah, but Grant with time once again, showing how dangerous he is. 5 wide receiver look here for the Marauders as they split Popple out to the left. Throw on to Popple, the sideline. Oh, takes a hit.
Yikes.
And that's Burt.
Man, that was a jarring hit.
And there's the sophomore in the secondary. Number 7 doing it all here for NFC tonight.
That was reminiscent of the, what was that, the 07 National Championship game? Oklahoma, Florida? Was that Major Wright?
Yeah.
Came in with that huge hit.
Talk about pulling one out, Mark. That's a reference right there, man.
Yeah, there's a library in my head.
I don't mind checking a couple of those out. As we have a timeout here for the Marauders. 8:29 to go here as it is 4th and 20 after the incomplete.
Every once in a while when I'm bored, I go to the highlight reel.
There you go.
Or if I'm at work and I'm in a meeting I don't want to be in.
I like that. 8:29. Let's see if we can't get some updates. I'm in search of Franklin, Port St. Joe. I'm in search of Rutherford Bozeman. as we have an opportunity to talk about our top Marauder sponsors, Prime Meridian Bank, Dermatology Associates of Tallahassee. Thank you for your contributions to Maclay Marauder football. Couldn't do it as big as they do it without you. Home Instead, to us, it's personal. And Grant on here looks for the punt. Of course, the family of Henry Richardson. Shout out to the Maclay Marauder sponsors there. Grant gonna bootleg to the right, and a nice blast there. Oh, a little too much.
Nice punt with the rugby style.
And I love just the opportunity that they have since Grant's got the potential as a punter, Mark. Just the potential for the trickeration or the deception with your quarterback also punting.
I know it's got to be in the playbook somewhere.
Yep.
One of those situations where he could easily pick up 6, 7, 8 yards with his ability to run. I know that's got to be somewhere underneath Coach Coley's hat, or maybe tucked away in his beard.
There you go.
He's hiding it somewhere.
Not often that you see Coach Coley rocking a lid, Mark. So yeah, I like the beard theory we got going on here. As we dip under 7.5 to play, pitch on out to Burt, coming near side, tries to hit the corner. Maclay says absolutely not. Adam Bailey and Blake Wilson in on the bring down for Maclay there.
A lot of young guys out in the field right now.
Mm-hmm. Wilson, the junior. Like you said, freshman Bailey. The D-line has been playing great out here tonight. Senior Ryder Marks, talk about some of the underclassmen. Nose guard, Abram Wildrick. And over on the right side, Manny Arizo.
Oh.
And right on cue, there's Arizo in the backfield.
Shutting the door.
And then getting some assistance there. I believe it was Thomas or Wildrick. Anyways, 2 or 3 Marauders in on the bring down. Arizo help stop them. Now 3rd down and long. About 15 to go. Need to get to the 30. And then it looks like they're on the 17. Heels of the center on the 16-yard line. Swung on out, Burt on the swing, try to seal the edge, but surging through once again, Bailey.
Marauders
Wilson.
6 minutes away from a shutout win. I think they're 3rd on the year.
Across that midway point here as the Eagles try to get it going. But 4th down and long to go, 13. The number and the punting unit gonna come on to the field. Second there, I thought they were gonna go for it. So it looks like they're gonna bring out Riley Smith, the senior. So we've seen both the senior Riley Smith and the junior Brody Purcell take some punts here. You ever seen a team platoon punters, Mark?
No. Ooh.
Come on out
That's
towards
not
us.
what you
Over
want.
the fence.
That may be an 18-yard punt.
This comes out, will be marked at the 30. Oh, sorry, 20. They're going to mark it at the 22-yard line. Here as Maclay takes over with, I believe, their best starting field position of the evening. Take over to the sideline for some sage wisdom from Coach Cawley. Final from Crawfordville, 37-7. Wakulla all over South Walton. A battle of the birds down there, Mark. The War Eagles against the Seahawks.
It's been surprising for them this year because they don't typically lose at home.
Mm-hmm.
But man, district play has raised some eyebrows this season. Yeah, I don't think anybody saw John Paul coming after the start that they had. And they are sitting atop this district here with NFC and Maclay. And you got to think, man, with Monroe missing this year.
Could have been a really interesting component here. Stretch on outside is Stewart on offense. Sophomore getting some touches here. Yeah, but they did look good in the preseason, though. And then they dominated that game against Leon week 1. There was a buzzer beater last play of the game Leon scored. Otherwise, they would have shut him out. I think it was 18-6 in that week 1 battle. Give to Stewart. He's going to go north-south on this one. Swung over the 15-yard line. It's going to be very close to the first down, but will be short. Bringing up a third down, very manageable here from Maclay. As it looks like we've got our backup quarterback, Bo Bashir, is in. Four wide receiver. Sidecar left is Stewart. A little RPO there.
Nice
Bashir
move.
slips through it. And kind of bent up.
Crushing tackle. That's one of those where you watch him go down. It looked kind of awkward the way he landed on his ankle, but thankfully popped up.
Yeah. So bring a fourth down here from Maclay. So Wyatt Long, an opportunity to get an attempt here from 32. So over on that left hash mark. Maclay looks like they're trying to bring the heat. Blast from Long. Tucks it inside. That left upright. Ain't as good. It's the second field goal of the day. Pushes Maclay to a 41-point lead. That field goal, 32 yards. Courtesy of Wyatt Long. So Wyatt Long having a pretty bomb day today. 7 for 7 on kicks. Pushing his season total to 22 out of 25. 88% on the year. Of course, I believe he had doubled his, not oftentimes that they'll go for it here, as they'll give this one new kicker in, Drew Lemondola, as they get a right-footed blast. And NFC back to return. Under 2 minutes to go. Burt makes the first man miss into the second wave. Tumbled down about 35-yard line. Good bring down there by Trent. That's the man of the night, it seems. Adam Bailey.
He's been everywhere so far tonight. Unfortunately for Burt, he's looked explosive, but predominantly only on these kick returns. And hasn't really been able to get much going with that NFC offense. But still showing a shiftiness here late in the game. And they'll get an extra few yards there for that face mask. So the best field position that NFC's had in quite some time, Ju.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's a great point, Trent. I'm trying to recall them having kind of sustained time on Maclay's field. I think early second quarter.
Yeah, and that was only, I feel like, one drive other than that first drive that they put together. So
right. So we'll see if they can carry some momentum. Maclay trying to shut the door. Here's Burt on the little hesitation. Split out inside the 45. And then driven back as a wave of blue surges in there for the bring down. At the bottom of the pile is Holt and Tohi. Another freshman. Future's bright as we get some substitutions coming here. Nicky Fiore into the mix.
Potentially the last play here for NFC for the game tonight.
Late substitution, Austin Van Lanningham, 34, coming into the big game. Crowd's getting a little juiced. So is the team for the substitution for this potential last play. Burt, looking for a little hesitation, stood up well. Once again, Holt and Tohi with the bring down. Also in the mix, there is Kareem Dawood getting in for the last couple snaps. And off into the sunset, Marauders go. Homecoming shutout of their rivals just off Meridian Road. All Marauders out here tonight, Trent.
Yeah, it was looking like it was going to be a good one with that first NFC possession. They were able to limit Maclay to only one touchdown on their first 2 drives, 2 of their first 4. And we know once the Marauder offense really gets going how dangerous they could be. We've seen them really run up the score in some of these games this season. I'm not going to say that they eased off in the second half. They just didn't quite have the same success. So, you got to credit NFC there with staying with the game as best as they could. But a real dominant performance. I mean, it got to that point where Maclay was starting to spread the ball out. You see Bo Bashir's come in, get a little time under center, run the offense a little bit here. That'll presumably be his show next year with Grant graduating. So just want to go ahead and shout out all our seniors that we had tonight. An incredible performance, and that's a way to go out if you're a senior.
There you go. Of course, their last game against a Florida team here at home. Well, so we think. So Deerfield Windsor is going to come back next week, Trent. But with the FHSA, they extended the season an extra week. So Maclay, if they wanted to, could have a little Thursday night game as they have the mosh down for Maclay down their big rivalry win. So just the second time, Trent, in the last 9 matchups, they've been able to take down NFC. So I've been looking for the trophy all night, but I have not seen it here for that, because it is a pretty trophy, the Meridian Road one. It's a nice, shiny, looks like I think it was the AFC Championship, a nice, shiny, silvery football, but it's got a short little stand on it with the 2 team logos in there. It's a slick-looking trophy.
Heck yeah.
You got like a dark marble base to offset that silver trophy. So it doesn't look like it's on scene here. Maybe we'll have to go down the street and get it out of the athletics trophy case there.
I was going to say maybe Maclay's already put it in theirs. This game was wrapped up quite some time ago, but, still good to see the young cats get out there. And, I mean, we saw some underclassmen balling out all night with some of these injuries, the attrition that's set in this time of the season. So really just like to see the Marauder team head to toe, all 3 phases, special teams, offense, and defense, come out on top tonight.
Absolutely, absolutely. So the last Maclay win in this series, Trent, like we said, 2019, the exact date, September 27th, 2019. It was a 23-21 victory. The following year, NFC was able to restart the streak where they had a string of 6 straight victories. Any guesses what the scoreline was when NFC won the last game, which would be October 2nd, 2020?
Could be 41-0.
Identical scoreline to what we have here tonight. NFC,
no way.
The victors, 41.
Holy cow.
Nothing. So you look at the last wins and how big this is for Maclay. You go back, this has been the last 6 matchups. NFC 41-0, NFC 46-19, NFC 2016, so close one a couple years ago. NFC 58-7, NFC 42-14, and then last year 40 points, 46-6. So this time around, Maclay gets the payback in a big way, the biggest spread in this rivalry series in the last 3 matchups. 41 points, the differential here. So the boys in blue are going to relish this one, Trent. You get them while you can here. Maclay, look out, going 5-2 on the year. They came into the week 3rd in the playoff positions here for Region 1, and it's only going to go higher here, Trent. But any final thoughts from what we have out here for the Battle of Meridian Road?
No, it definitely was convincingly won this year from Maclay, and like you said, in recent history, they definitely have been on the short end of that stick, so just nice to see a rivalry swing back a little more evenly always, but we got one more big last game next week, next Friday, and I mean, we can hope that Maclay can hold on to their home playoff spot that they've not clinched, but as of now are projected to clinch.
Absolutely. And they're going to need some help from their friends out in Jacksonville.
Which ones?
Of course, the weird thing that goes, Trent, with this cross matchup situation, what they need to do is they have the favorite over their out west win. So they need a little help from Providence. They need Providence to win District 3. If Providence is able to secure it, and as they should win District 3, then that would set Maclay up here to go ahead and secure the home game. What I think would also help is if PK Young is able to make sure that Trinity Catholic doesn't bid steal in what is turning into a wild District 2 between Trinity, KIP, NFEI, Episcopal, because of course you get that winner-take-all Gainesville-Ocala district between PK Young and Trinity Catholic. So JP2, the only person that's locked up a bid here, but Providence, the first piece of the puzzle here. Maclay is kind of rooting for this Bows out in Jacksonville. Plus, as a sidebar, Providence, a team that took down JP2 earlier this season. So Maclay, fans of Providence here in the 2024 campaign until they potentially match up, of course, in region play. But I think that's a nice bow that we can put on the broadcast here tonight. Of course, it's the 4 quarters online presentation of Maclay Marauder football for Andrew Jupe, Trenton Young, and Mark Adams, which you can see there at midfield, or not midfield, the 25-yard line with Coach Cawley. We want to say have a fantastic rest of your weekend, and all the best. Take care.